Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me, especially my Instagram family. Yo, thank you so much. I saw that the day I posted, a lot of people subscribed. Excited. I'm so gifted. I'm so happy and blessed to have you. Before I talk about, this is the first ever episode of being a mom. If you watched the introduction video, I'm sure you must have remembered I mentioned how long it took me to put together and begin being a mom properly. I don't know why it took that long, but we're finally here, right? That's what matters. Now before I talk about the topic of the day, I have a story to share. So if you follow me on Instagram, you know that a couple of days ago, yesterday I posted a very fine picture of me in a blue outfit on this set. By the way, if you're not following me, this is on Instagram, this is the time to follow me. My handle is Anywine. And did I even introduce myself? You should not lose your manners, girl. My name is Anywine. Yes, I'm that Anywine of Anywine TV. You know what I mean? So as I was saying, let me not digress, there's no time. So I posted this very fine picture of me in a blue outfit, and that was actually a picture from me filming the first episode of Being a Mom. And I filmed that about 48 to 72 hours ago, and I've spent the last 48 hours barely sleeping, editing, putting everything all together up until this morning. Now if you're watching this today, the 19th of June, we're in real time. Today is the 19th of June. Today is my birthday. Yes, say a prayer for me. Thank you. Say a prayer for me. Thank you. So we're in real time now, and today is my birthday. And up until this morning, I thought I had done an amazing job, because yes, I did an amazing job, and I was rendering the file all set for 3 p.m. to post, only for me to wake up and I realized that I lost all the files, including the raw files. And I was devastated. How would you have expected me to feel? My husband had stepped out at that time, so I placed the call to him and I told him, I said, babe, I'm doomed. That was the word I used actually. And he was like, what happened? I told him I lost all the files, including the raw files. And he was like, wow. And I was like, for a few seconds, I just felt, no, calm down, end the call. What are you going to do? So I ended the call and I told myself, what exactly are you going to do? I mean, you've planned, you've put the how many past weeks to plan being a mom, to launch it today by 3 p.m. and so what are you going to tell people? Are you going to say, oh, you're sorry you lost your files, or we're going to postpone, or what exactly are you going to do? And yesterday on my WhatsApp, I posted another fine picture of me, because I was just giving everybody fine pictures back to back. So I posted a picture. The caption was ready, set, unshakable, unstoppable. And it wasn't as if I copied it from Pinterest or anywhere, but that was just what I felt at that time. I wanted to post that picture. That was my mindset, and that was the caption I used. So I'm like, okay, so yesterday you were all about you being ready, you being set, unshakable, unstoppable. So what exactly are you going to do? Are you going to let anything, the fact that you lost the old file, stop you from launching by 3 p.m.? Are you going to tell people to hold on till 6 p.m.? What exactly are you going to do? How are you going to move forward? At that time I was with my baby. I was about to brush for my baby, and I'm like, just go into the shower straight up, get set, and shoot the first episode of Being a Mom. Go and do that right now. And that was what I did, and here I am. So guys, that is, I don't know, but I feel that maybe that was God asking me, or God trying to find out if I'm really ready for this. And yes, I am ready. Nothing is going to stop me. And I told my husband, he came in looking all sad. I'm like, yo, calm down. You know what, Being a Mom is going to launch 3 p.m. today. This is, I think this is like past 12. So Being a Mom is going to launch in 3 hours, right? And if it is past 3 p.m. it's because it's loading to be posted on YouTube, and that's what we're going to do. So without further ado, let's get straight into the topic of the day, and let me welcome you properly again, my lovelies. Thank you for joining me on this new journey of mine. Thank you for joining me on the first episode of Being a Mom. My name is Anywine. In this video, I'm going to be talking about new mom, new body, 5 things you should know. So as a new mom or a new mom to be or an expectant mom, I feel that there are 5 things. There are a lot of things you should know about postpartum body, but I've highlighted 5 things you should know. All right. So if this sounds like what you're interested in, you should stick around because I'm going to be right back. Welcome back. I had to do that for the culture because I did quite a lot of research when I wanted to start being a mom, and I realized, oh, that's how people do it. We do it on TV. I do it a lot on TV, but I feel TV production is different from YouTube production, but that's how I see that they do it on YouTube. And I'm new to the estate, so I just wanted to give it to you guys the way you're used to it. So let's get straight into it. We do not have time. Remember, this is past 12 and being a mom is going up. You're going to watch this by 3 p.m. right? So let's do this already. Now, for every mother out there, or for a new mom, or somebody who knows that I'm going to be a mom someday, I've highlighted 5 things I feel strongly you should know and make peace with about postpartum body. Now, the first thing is getting along with the game. Dear mama, get along with the game and make peace with it. What do I mean by that? So there's this phrase, there's this Yoruba phrase that I don't know how exactly it's been said, but it's something that has to do with ogun ajabo, which means a one battle, right? So I feel pregnancy is a battle. Now it now depends on how the battle is. Is it feel that whatever it is, pregnancy is the battle? Is it the battle of the first trimester? I was basically in and out of the hospital when I got pregnant. For 3 months I was in and out of the hospital. Is it the day of labor itself? Is it the complications that are likely to arise in the course of pregnancy or in the course of childbirth or even after childbirth? So I feel that pregnancy is a battle, and it's a battle we all pray to eventually come out as a victor, right? So you need to understand that there are a lot of things you would not have control over, especially your body. Make peace with it, know that, and make peace with it, and be open-minded that there are a lot of things that would happen. You can only hope for the best, right? Hold on to whatever your faith is, and just know that anything can happen, but pray to God or pray to whatever you pray to, or go however way you know how to go around it, hoping for the best, right? So now, second thing is you need to understand that body differs. Now, there's this neighbor of yours you've always admired. She has 3 lovely kids, but she still has a very fine shape. She has a flat stomach. She has, she looks really good, and you're like, this is goals. This is how I want to be when I have my children, and all of that. See, don't fool yourself. Just know that your body is different from every other person's body. And the funny thing, or would I say it's funny, but the thing is that you won't even know the kind of body you have until you have your child. Because if I was told that, also when you have a baby you're going to add weight, you're going to do this, I've said never. Because before I had my baby, I've always been slim. I've always shuffled between size 6 and size 8, and there'll be times I just feel like I need to chop up now, just had some flesh and all of that. I'll go to the pharmacy, I would get supplements, and they'll tell me, okay, it will make you eat, it will make you sleep, you will feel relaxed and add weight. And I would use the supplements as prescribed, but guess what? Nothing. I wouldn't add nothing, right? So if I've always maintained the stand of I'm going to be me, I'm going to have my same body, and if eventually I had any weight, I'm going to shed it, like snap back in like a couple of weeks or in 1 month max. I had to shed it off and all of that. You what? Look at me now. I think I'm a proper size 10 now. There was even a time I could fit into a small size 12, right? So your body is different. I know people that they have 3 kids, even if they have 16 kids, the biggest they will wear is maybe a size 12. That is like the biggest they would ever wear, right? So it really your body really differs. So don't compare, and don't expect what happens to one particular person's body would happen to your body, not even your sister or your mom, right? It's a different ball game. So everybody with their own kind of body, and you will not even know the kind of body you have until you have your child, basically, right? So moving on to the third point. Remember, I'm trying to rush things. I'm just gonna, I so missed the first video I made because I elaborated. Oh god, it was about 30 to 40 minutes, but what can we do? We have to, move on, right? So moving on to the third point. Point number 3, getting your body back takes time. Now there's a clause. When I say getting your body back takes time, the truth is you might, or let me even say confidently how I feel, you will not get your body back if it's not due to body fat. It will be due to body wrinkles. It will be due to one thing or the other, but your body can never work, function, or be the same it was before you had your child after. All right, so you need to understand that. That said, losing baby fat takes time. This fat you are so eager to shed in the first place, it took you 9 months to get it, right? You were pregnant for 9, or even I like to say 10 months. I feel so strongly it's 10 months because the calculation is 40 weeks, and 40 weeks equals to what did they teach us in school? What are they telling us in the hospital? Anyway, if you have a reasonable explanation that would make me understand better, let me know in the comment section. All right, so I feel that I know that you are going to be pregnant for 40 weeks. So it took you 40 weeks to get the fat together, and you expect to lose the same fat in 1 month? Hello? Are you kidding me? Are you just playing with me? It's not possible. It will take time. You will lose the fat, right? If you are going to lose it, or the ones you are going to lose, you will lose it, but it will take time. So dear mama, just take it easy. All right, do what you have to do. Losing that weight will happen, but it will take time. Just accept that and make peace with it. Need I say that for every point I'm raising, it is important to add that you should make peace with every of it. From the first one, getting along with the game, make peace with it. The second one, body differs, make peace with it. The third one, losing that weight takes time, yes, and make peace with it, right? So moving on to the fourth point, right? Now the fourth point is the kind of delivery you have goes a long way in how far and how much you can lose weight and how fast you will get results. This is what I mean by that. When I was younger, when I was still at home in my mother's house, I had a neighbor whom I was really close to, and when she was pregnant with our second child, we basically carried the pregnancy together because we were really close. So I remember the day she put to bed around 2 a.m. I just called her and I'm like, are you okay? How are you? Is everything good? Are you going to the hospital already? And she was like, out of surprise, she was like, no, I'm fine. All right, so it was that went, and that same morning I woke up around 7 a.m. and we all got the news that she had put to bed. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's awesome, cool. So later she told me that when I called her around 2 a.m. she had started feeling contractions, and she was just informing her husband that, oh, it's time, or it might be time, when I called in. So she was really shocked that I called in to ask such question, and I'm like, our spiritual God. So my point is, right, but that's not my point. My point is, she had a baby around 6 a.m. that day, and at maybe 4:30 or 5 she was back in the house. And for everyone who came to visit her to congratulate her that day, it took them a while before they would say, oh, okay, so this is the mother of the newborn, because this woman was already in jeans. She was everywhere. You just think she's a sibling to the new mom. Like, you'll be really surprised. And that was because she had a vaginal delivery, and it was really swift. All right, so for somebody who gave birth around 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. she's back in her house, she's moving up and down, you don't even know she's the new mom. Imagine if she decides, or if there's a need for her to want to lose serious weight. Imagine all the things she could do. Imagine all the effort, all the physical activities she could engage herself in and get results, right? So compared to somebody who just had a cesarean section delivery, so for me, when I was shopping for myself, when I was going to have my baby, I remember I bought about 2 girdles, because I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm going to snap back real quick. I'm going to have a vaginal delivery, so I'm going to wear my girdle, I'm going to, you know, compress my stomach and do all sorts. I had plans, but I had plans for myself and my pocket. That was not how it played out. So I had my baby through CS, and I did not even know I was going to have the CS until about 3 hours before I was wheeled into surgery. So and if you don't know, I mean, nobody told me, nobody prepared me, because I did not even put myself in the situation of being prepared for CS, because I was always of the opinion that, I mean, I'm going to have my baby through vaginal delivery, so there's nothing like CS. I mean, nothing. So nobody told me, nobody gave me information that when you have a cesarean section delivery, you will not even eat for like 3 days or maybe 4 or less until you are able to pass gas. So you're going to, of course, you're going to be hungry. It might not be intense, it might not be like excruciating, because you're going to be put on drip. So that would, I mean, give you fluid and everything you need to sustain you, but you would always feel the need to eat, especially if you're a foodie. Well, you have entered it, just eat the whole of it. Let me give you free information now. Eat the whole of Cold Stone and you know, 10 kg of jollof rice, because you will not eat for 3 days or 4 or less, right? So I did not eat, so I barely had strength to move about. If I want to take a walk, I would have to, you know, because I was placed on drip, so I would have to drag the pole of the drip with me. So like, I was in the hospital for 4 days. So imagine how I was for 4 days. I could not do anything. I was cut open. I mean, CS is when they use scissors, surgical scissors, to they cut you and they stitch you up. I mean, for you all that used to do gaskets back in the days, you know what I'm talking about. They stitch you up practically. So there's a whole part of your body, the lower part of your abdomen, cut up rather, not out, cut up and stitched back. So it takes time to, you know, get the wound to heal up. So you need to be very, very careful. You need to watch what you do, the activities you engage yourself in. If not, the stitches might loosen and all those things. So you just have to be really careful. All you're going to be concerned about is getting properly better, getting your stitches healed and all of that. So are you going to be the one who's going to say, okay, so I want to take a long walk, or I want to do this to lose weight? Hello, it's not possible. So compare both delivery to each other. One can afford to go through some physical activities to lose weight, while the other can't. And it even depends on how fast or how much threshold you have to be able to get yourself back after CS. So the kind of delivery you have would go a long way in how fast and how much you can do to lose or get your body back. That is, even if you will get that body back, right? Moving on now. That was my third point. Yes, no, I think that was my fourth point. Okay, let me say that was my fourth point, hopefully. Moving on to the fifth point. The fifth point is the method. The fifth point is the kind of feeding you give your baby, your newborn, will go a long way in what you can do to lose baby fat. So for some people, they have first of all, a very big, massive, wide, super big shout out to the moms who do exclusive breastfeeding. So if you don't know what exclusive breastfeeding is, so this is basically a mother feeding a newborn with only breast milk for a stipulated amount of time, which is always their choice. Some for 3 months, some for 6 months, some for 9, and some all the way down to the whole year. It's not easy. Only breast milk. Big shout out to you. Now the clause behind that is, if you're feeding your baby, if you're giving your baby just breast milk, it means that what you eat, your baby eats. Rather, what you're consuming determines a lot on how much nutrient your baby is getting. Because if you don't eat well, then you don't have all the balanced diet you're supposed to have in your system, which means your baby is not eating well. So you need to eat well. Now, I don't want to call it a myth, but some mothers are of the opinion that when they breastfeed their baby, they add weight. Some are of the opinion that when they breastfeed their baby, they lose weight. But it is only logical and reasonable for you to add weight when you eat really well, when you eat a very good balanced diet coupled with some supplements, that is if your doctor allows or recommends it. Do you understand? It is only logical you add weight. So for somebody who is feeding a baby through exclusive only breast milk, it makes sense for you to add weight. And you're not going to want to put yourself first. It's always your baby first in this situation. So you will do it for your baby. For some people, they introduce formula immediately, It could be due to lactation reason, it could be due to health issues and all of that. They would introduce formula and still give their baby breast milk, right? So their baby is taking both, so they know the nutrients is not only coming from breast milk. While some people would not even do breast milk at all because of personal reasons or lactation reason or health issues. It all depends. So for somebody who is not feeding a baby breast milk at all, she can decide to starve herself. She can decide to, you know, not eat well or get a particular diet that could fit into losing weight or losing baby fat, right? So if you see one yummy mommy out there who has probably gotten her body back in 2 months or 3 months, you don't know if she's not even breastfeeding a baby at all. And if you see a yummy mommy out there who is really, really yummy flesh wise, and you're like, wow, this lady is really adding weight, you don't know what's up. Maybe she's only feeding her baby through breast milk, or her body is just like that. And people, please, you need to watch the way you talk to you need to watch the way you approach new mothers on the weight they've gained. They carry their whole life inside of them. What did they expect? Some will come with it's a what you need to be mama shrink, you know. When they were bringing out my baby, they cut a part of my body and they threw it away. What would you expect? And I know that a lot of people who say things like this are people who have not been on the journey before. It's all right for you to be naive, but don't be ignorantly naive. Don't be prideful with your naivety. I mean, don't say things like that. Watch what you say. And new mothers can be sensitive. The hormones are on the high. So please, don't be the reason why a new mom is going to be depressed. Watch your mouth. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to say shut up or lock it up, but use sense, apply sense. Thank you. Right, so that is all for the kind of feeding you give your baby will determine on how much you can lose weight and how fast you can't lose weight. Now that's my 5th point. Now I have a bonus point. This one, I am sitting gadagba on this chair because I know what I'm talking about. Now, dear mama, try your best, do everything you can in the whole wide world not to get stretch mark when you're pregnant, because when you get stretch mark, you're not going to lose it. Yeah, that is it. The best that could happen is it could fade a little bit or it could lighten up, but that there's a clean part of your skin. Then due to pregnancy you had stretch mark, I think you would use something or you do something and it will go back to the way it was. Never ever. It does not happen that way. I was proactive when it came to, you know, trying to avoid stretch mark at all costs when I was pregnant. When I apply my lotion on a regular, I would apply a lot of coconut oil on my bum, and you know, I was going like that up until 7 months, and I'm like, yo, I've made it to the 7th month. I made mouth. I made a lot of mouth when I was pregnant, and I think practically everything I made mouth with, God showed me that He is God and He has all the control in His hands. So I mean 7 months, I'm like, no, there's nothing like stretch mark, so I think I've escaped. Up until one day, I think I was just dancing. I wore a crop top and a short, and I was filming myself dancing. Then I saw something that looked like stretch mark somewhere around here, and I'm like, oh, what's this? So I went to carry a mirror and I raised my bum up. Lo and behold, you know when thunder strikes and it cracks a wall, you know what it looks like? That was how I made that stretch mark on my bum, like underneath. It wasn't even on my bum, it was under. So this stretch mark came with a plan. It did not show anywhere here. I would have probably cited it and make extra efforts to get rid of it. It came under, so it started growing and it spread. I mean, it bumped me. And afterwards I started seeing some here, and there's something about the stretch marks. They're always very, very dark, Hassan. They are the definition of melanin. They are the distributors of melanin itself. So and I realized at that point it had happened. There was nothing I could do. So up until now, ladies and gentlemen, dear mamas, believe me, I've tried all I can. I would use this one, I would get tired. I'm like, well, I don't know, maybe it's just my cross. Baby girl, carry it. And I'm like, okay, maybe you should try this one, maybe you should try that one. And up until this moment, I'm still trying. But guess what? It's still there, right? So just try all you can do. And even much after I had my baby, I realized that there are quite a number of products that are prescribed to help you fight the occurrence of stretch mark in the first place. So I didn't mean I knew I would have gone way extra than just coconut oil. But there it is, mamas. Do your findings. Try to get products that would help you avoid stretch mark in the first place. Because if you get it, your back cause stretch mark more. Just hug it and make peace with it and love it and carry it with pride, right? So that's it. And to cap this up, I'm trying to be really, really snappy about this, but I'm trying my best. Right? So I'm just going to round it up with this. So like I mentioned before, I feel pregnancy is like a battle, and if God gives you that battle and you win it, you should be thankful. So there's the battle of the annoyingly disgusting stretch marks that are all over your body. There's that of the scar from your cesarean section. There's the fact that you don't feel as good or as great you used to feel down there before childbirth. You don't feel like that anymore. There are a lot of things you have actually faced and you've won over. So would you allow something as little as, because I feel it's little compared to all those things I've listed, would you allow something as little as, I have a big stomach, or I've added weight, I'm now, would you allow it, just derail you of life? Would you allow it steal your joy and peace of mind? Because I know that we can be a lot insecure about our body. Yes, I know that for a fact, and that is because people around us at times do not help. Also, they come and say all sort of things. Some people will put it in your face, like to let you know that now, wow, why not try to do something about your body? Like, you're losing weight, you're adding so much weight, it's not fitting you. And which is really much unfair. Like, it is so much unfair. But I believe it's their problem. I believe whatever anybody has to say about your body after childbirth, tell them to walk in your shoes first. People that don't know anything about pregnancy and motherhood they usually have this very strong opinion about your body and how you should look 1 month after delivery. Tell them to take a long walk in your shoes first before they come with their opinion, because you just carry the whole life inside of you. And that is amazing. That is a great work in the first place. So, mama, you need to love yourself. Accept the fact that your state of motherhood comes with a new body, a new entire life at that. But most importantly, it comes with a new body. You need to accept that and make peace with it. And afterwards, love your body. For me, it's a blessing. I used to be a size 6 or 8. Look at me, I'm a proud 10. I'm fleshy and I like it. If I feel the need to cut down, I will at my own pace, at my own time, in my own way. Alright, mama, so love yourself, accept yourself. Don't ever feel insecure about your body, because there's something about insecurity. The moment you wear your insecurities, people will see through it and they will use it against you. So do you want to be in that position where you can't go out, you don't want to mingle with people, you don't want to socialize because you feel you look a certain way, or you don't look the way you used to look? You won't even live the way you used to live before childbirth. So what's the point? Moreover, if you start losing weight, if you start doing all the things you have to do, go to gym, drink this, and you lose so much weight, these same people will still come like, now wow, are you fine? Is it that you are sick or something? You are looking haggard. Maybe you should cut down on your diet. Why not just do what you are going to do anyway? Why not just be happy? Alright, mama, so please love yourself. But if at some point you feel you're not so comfortable with how you look, make an attempt to shed it. Do all you can. Do everything there is to do at the appropriate time. Engage in that physical activity. Engage in that exercise at the appropriate time. Cut down on your diet or get an appropriate diet that will make you lose weight at the appropriate time and not at the cost of your baby's nutrition. Alright, so do everything you can at the appropriate time and at your own pace. Not because your mommy or your sister or your neighbor or your colleague at work says this, because that is how you feel and because that is what you want. For the sake of your own peace of mind and sanity, not for anybody. Okay, mama, I just felt like I just dropped a whole bunch of motivational stuff. But really, at the end of the day, why are we here? That is what being a mom is about, yeah? So please, mama, love yourself, accept yourself, and carry your body, carry your new flesh with love, pride, and confidence, because nobody will rock it for you. Okay, so remember, anyone loves you. And yes, okay, so if you feel that I highlighted 5 things I feel a new mom should know about postpartum body. If you feel there is more, or there are some specific things you feel that every mom out there should know about postpartum body, kindly let me know in the comment section, and I'm going to come right to start a whole conversation with you, because we're all about learning and I don't know it all. I'm just speaking from my own experience, right? Do not forget to subscribe. I mean, I've been through a lot. I have been through a lot in the past 48 to 72 hours for this, so please don't forget to subscribe and share, like, give a thumbs up. Don't give me a thumbs down. I'm not trying to coerce you, but don't give me a thumbs down. If you feel there's something I did not say right, or something you don't agree with, just tell me in the comment section. Don't give me a thumbs down. I've said my own, right? So please share this video with your loved ones. Let us keep the learning cycle moving in the comment section, and don't forget to turn up the button, because being a mom, another episode is coming soon, and I have a segment for you. I actually included the segment in the last video that I lost, but don't worry, the next video I am going to introduce this very superb, lovely segment to you. All right, it's my birthday again. Don't forget to say a prayer for me. Happy birthday to me. I'm so excited, and I want to rush away right now so that I can edit this video so that I can get to watch it at 3 p.m. Anyone loves you. My name is Anyone, and being a mom is going to be back on the next episode in a very, very short while. I love you. See ya.